Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video we're hopping into Garp's challenge, Revolutionary Army 2 with a double. So the world tour with V3 BOA continues, and here we are against Revolutionary Army 2. So Revolutionary Army 1 and 2, in my opinion, are way easier than the Dofi 1 and 2, especially Revolutionary Army 2. I don't know if it's just because we're using V3 BOA and that we can like stall a little bit more, as there's no like death hits or like after 3 turns interrupts and stuff like that. It sort of makes life a little bit easier, especially for BOA and her mellow ability. So on this particular team we have today, we have Treasure Map Nami, the Christmas one. She's here basically to remove the attack down. She's probably replaceable with Legend Chopper if you have Legend Chopper and haven't been playing the game overly that long and you missed out on Treasure Map Nami because she's fairly old. We are going to use her special here on the hack stage, and then we're just going to use the switch ability of our Shanks crew to give us an attack buff, and with that we have so much damage to take out hack in 2 turns. We have barrier pen on both our boas, so we can use that to our advantage to get through the barriers as well and sort of just take out those lackeys without sort of losing too much damage on the chain multiplier. But as I was saying, you can replace the Treasure Map Nami with someone like Legend Chopper, just basically someone that removes attack down. Legend Chopper is probably actually a better character to use, as you get healing as well. It's just going to help BOA get more damage consistently. Next we have Clay. Clay is an incredible rare recruit, as you guys know. I have Limit Break Key, my Clay. Probably not overly essential for this, but I would highly recommend doing it, as they are just essential for like all like hard content. As you can see here, we are going to be using their special to remove the Blind and Despair. They also give us 5 turns of like a end of turn healing, which for BOA is excellent because we can actually use that to our advantage, as she gives up to a 5 times multiplier to Psy units or yellow units, depending on how much you heal. So as you guys can see there, just with the switchability of Shanks, we can just take out the 2 purple units in Ivankov and his red-headed friend. Her red-headed friend, whatever you want to say. It's 2020, we can't gender stereotype, can we? On to the next stage now, we come up against Sabo and Koala. Sabo and Koala is actually fairly annoying, as they make all orbs like unfavorable, and you can't use like attack and orb boosts on them, I'm pretty sure. I know you can't use orb boosts, but for this particular piece of content, we are going to use BOA's super typing. Her attack boost isn't going to trigger anything, so we can use that, and that way we can sort of have a full board of orbs for when we lose that debuff. But it's not the end of the world, because we are going to get rid of them right now anyway. On stage 2, we can use Shanks' switch ability to get an attack boost again, and that way we can make sure we can kill Koala. As long as we kill Koala, we're fine, because we don't want to take too much damage here. And on the 3rd turn, we can take Sabo out, as we are going to get rid of that negative orb debuff barrier. Well, not barrier, but negative orb debuff issue, I guess. So on the Sabo stage, I use the switch ability of Shanks crew and then use their special, as we are going to be stalling quite a bit on, as you can see, I missed twice there. I was so angry, but we have so much damage, doesn't matter. Lucky we used the Shanks crew special. As we're going to stall quite a bit on the Morley stage, I figured there's no point hanging on to specials, so let's just use them just so we can get through the content smoothly. With this particular team too, guys, and when it comes to Morley, you want to make sure that you have at least 27,000 HP. Otherwise, using the switch ability of Ivankov is essential, as it reduces it to around 21,000 damage, I'm pretty sure. But if you guys don't have Clay and you're using someone like Legend Chopper, for example, he can also go on this team over Ivankov. You need to make sure you have over 27,000 HP, and then you have to like sort of work around your pinch healing a little bit more as well. I would definitely bring Clay just purely for their switch ability as well. That damage reduction is essential. But as you guys saw on the first stage, we did use our BOA special to give us an auto heal so we can get back to full HP, just so we can tank the shot from Morley once he starts attacking us. After the 2 turns, he puts up a defense up and a threshold, and then after 2 turns, he puts up 5 turns of the same thing. He also has 5 turns of resilience, so we are just going to stall that out here. With the switch ability of Zoro Sanji is the final unit on this team. We can sort of get some meat orbs more consistently, but once we take a shot after the Morley defense buff, we can use BOA's ability to activate the Mellow Melee. That way we're not taking any damage as well. So that's where you can definitely bring in Chopper, because you can rely on some meat orbs with the switch ability of Zoro Sanji here, as long as you're using the Mellow ability to not take any damage from Morley after those initial 2 shots. Every turn, Morley will give you Dex Orbs as well, which is really annoying because you're not going to be able to get any healing or rely on meat orbs unless you bring someone like Zoro Sanji to sort of roll your orbs every single time. So the Captain ability of BOA gives you a higher chance of landing on a meat orb, so you can kind of rely on their switch ability to help you out there as well. As you saw there, we used their switch ability and we got like 4 meat orbs, which is just great. We didn't need it, but it is what it is. Once the defense effects of Morley go away, we can sort of burst him down and take him out. So we are going to use the special of Zoro Sanji here for an orb boost, as we do have quite a few orbs. And that 2.25 multiplier is incredibly high. We also have the switch ability of Shanks, which gives us quite a lot of extra damage. But as you can see, we're just shy of taking out Morley there. Now, it's not the end of the world because Morley doesn't really do too much. Just make sure he doesn't take a knee. If he takes a knee, you could be in a little bit of strife. But just using the switch ability of Shanks' crew and Zoro Sanji to try and get some more orbs, you guys can take out Morley on the next 2 turns after that, as this team has quite a bit of damage. The chain lock that Morley gives you every single turn is fairly annoying as well. It's a 1.1 times chain lock. So don't use any like chain locking specials to try and take him down if you are versing him. Otherwise, they just sort of won't be like, they'll just be invalid basically. Just sort of wasting specials. But as you can see, we have heaps of damage. And as long as you get Morley low enough on the burst stage, you will be fine. On to the next stage now, we come up against Bello Betty. Bello Betty gives us 3 turns of paralysis, 4 turns of attack down. She has an attack up mechanic, and she has a whole bunch of lackeys around her. This is where the Nami special comes into play, as it can remove all those nasty defects. We're then going to use the switch ability of our Shanks crew to give us an attack buff, and then just focus on taking out all of the lackeys around the outside. All those girls we do want to kill. I don't think they do too much. They might just do damage, but Bello Betty brings them back every 2 turns. But as you saw there, we do have heaps and heaps of damage. Now, I forgot to use the switch ability of Ivankov there, so it was cutting it a little bit close. Make sure you are using your switch abilities of Clay, so that way you're just taking less damage. If you guys don't have Shanks crew as well, you could replace Shanks crew with someone like Mihawk Perona. Their negative effects should help you out. Not as good as Shanks' attack buff, but it could definitely help you out. On to stage 8 now, we come up against Lindbergh. Now, Lindbergh is fairly annoying. He gives us 3 turns of blind on our top right, bottom right, middle left, and then gives us 4 turns of paralysis. Now, I used the Ivankov's or Ivan Clay special a little bit too early here. I'd recommend sort of stalling out a turn, then using it, just so you can utilize their switch ability twice. You're not going to be able to like taking damage because you use the Mellow ability on Lindbergh here anyway, because I think it's every 3 or 4 turns Lindbergh is going to like blind and paralyze you again. And unfortunately, I just didn't have the damage to burst him out in 1 turn. I didn't want to use any specials here, as I wanted to save him for the fun, like the next 2 stages. But you could definitely burst him down with someone like Zoro Sanji special, or even the Shanks crew special as well, as we are going to stall out on the the Carousel stage anyway. But as you guys can see there, I didn't manage to take out Lindbergh, so he is going to give us that same effect of 4 turns of the blinds, the 4 turns of the paralysis. But this time, we can just use the switch ability of our Ivankov, or Ivan Clay, I should say, to remove the paralysis. But we also have the special of our friend BOA, which can give us the Mellow ability as well. But we still have the auto heal from our original BOA, so I didn't want to use it just yet, as I didn't want to like waste that much healing. And as you can see, I did have enough stall to sort of take that extra shot. I think now we're gonna have to use the Mellow ability anyway, so it's up to you guys. You could use it then, you could use it now. It doesn't really matter too much, but honestly, I'd probably just use the Zoro Sanji special just to burst him down, just to take him out in that initial burst stage, and then we can worry about stalling on Carousel to get those specials back anyway. This team doesn't really need too much stalling as well, just because the BOA gives 2 turns of cooldowns. With the 2 BOAs, that's 4 turns, and then the ship gives us an extra cooldown. So every sort of 10 turns, we can sort of get just 5 turns of cooldown just cause, which is great. It works out really, really well. And with that mellow ability, we just don't have to worry about taking damage at all. Lindbergh does have like an end of turn damage mechanic, so just be mindful of that and just keep an eye on your health. Make sure you are using the Invinclay specials, switch abilities, just to make sure that you guys don't die. With pinch healing as well, it does help you out a little bit, just to sort of keep your HP at a nice HP pool, as BOA doesn't give extra HP to her team, but she provides a lot of recovery, as you guys know. So onto Kurosawa now. Kurosawa glooms us for 2 turns, and he puts up 2 turns of damage threshold at the very beginning of the fight, which is fairly annoying, but not the end of the world. So we do want to stall that out. We can use our BOA special if it is ready to keep our HP nice and high, as well as use that Mero ability to not take any damage from Kurosawa. But he doesn't do too much. He does a little bit, but not too much. Every turn, he is going to... He's basically going to give 1 turn or 2 turns of gloom, and then he's going to give himself 2 turns of threshold. He'll have a turn where you can hit him, but otherwise he's basically just going to do that every sort of 3 turns, I'm pretty sure. He puts up, he gives us like a chain debuff as well, and rotates our orbs every single 2 turns, I think it is. So he's fairly annoying there, but basically what we can do here is we can just use our Mero ability to sort of just keep stalling out on Kurosawa here. That way we can get our specials back, and then burst him down then. Now I didn't realize that I needed a little bit more damage than just the Shanks crew switch and special, so we didn't actually kill Kurosawa here, so I did have to stall out a little bit more. But for you guys, what I would do is just make sure that you just do a bit more damage over time, and then you can burst him down in one particular turn. That way you don't have to stall out again to get Shanks' special back, as using Shanks' special on this stage, we can carry it into the next stage. Make sure you're using your switch abilities of Invinclay and Zoro Sanji to get some meat orbs and damage reduction. That's just going to help you guys out quite a bit on this particular stage, as we are gloomed. Not the end of the world, but you do want to keep an eye on your HP pool. You can use pinch healing as well, as Kurosawa puts up that threshold, so you're not going to be doing too much damage. You can use your pinch healing as well to stay alive here. Basically, you can just sort of infinitely stall on Kurosawa, which is great. He does sort of remove the Mellow ability as well, but you can use the special of Invinclay for healing as well. Now I'm going to use the special of Invinclay here, so we can get rid of the gloom and burst out Kurosawa on the next sort of couple of turns. I just was so overstalling that I was just like, I just want some healing back. I want to remove the despair, and then that way we can move on to the final stage. So on to the final stage against Sabo and Koala now. I didn't actually use the Shanks crew special because I realized that you can use 2 specials against Sabo and Koala, but because we're using a super type of BOA, it doesn't actually apply as a special. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to use our Shanks crew special to give us a chain lock. We've got Zoro Sanji here for an orb boost, and then we can use our BOA super typing to give us a full border orbs and give us a 2.5 times attack boost. And with that, we can just burst through Sabo Koala, no issues whatsoever, and finish them off there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun to make. BOA's a lot of fun. So if you did, hit the like button. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Lights!